The sod has arrived. Here we go. A little tall, we'll get it in place. It should be in good shape. All right, this helps me out a lot. He actually staged it along the different parts of the yard, and that's gonna make my life a lot easier. I won't have to carry this stuff around as much. And he missed all my sprinkler heads, which is even better. So 5 pallets, got a little over 2,000 square feet here, and this is almost a 2,500 square feet of sod. So picking the hottest day, most humid day I could find to do this. Should be a lot of fun. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll get to this here in a little bit. Got to finish my work day and then I'll get on it. What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the Lawn Shark channel. As you guys can see, we have the sod in place, and so we finally get to do our sod project that I've been waiting on for a couple weeks. So the big thing here is that we got a little bit of rain, which made me a little bit nervous because I thought we were going to have some dirt get moved around, and which was going to cause some problems for us. But it rained really hard and then it stopped, and so we're good. The second concern I have was that it was going to rain and the sun was going to come out and it was going to get real steamy, which is basically the way it's feeling like it's going to happen right now. Once we start moving, it will get bad. With that being said, it's just time to get started. The shade will start to move this way down the front of the yard, so we're going to start up at the top. One of the things that I was thinking about, because I haven't done this before, believe it or not, I've helped with sod before, but I never had to plan through it. So the biggest concern was like, well, how do you do the orientation? How should the sod be laid out so that you have the best coverage? I've got plenty of sod, so I'm not worried about waste too much because, you know, I don't necessarily want to just throw a bunch of sod away, but at the same time, I'm not worried that I'm going to run out. But the big thing, oh, there comes the sun. I can feel that humidity coming. But anyway, I wanted to maximize the way that I put it down. So I've been thinking about it, and this is what I've come up with. So one of the concerns I had was I really wanted to start and run it along the driveway there. But the problem with doing it that way is that if I run it along the driveway, then I'm trampling on it as I go this way. Then the other thought was I could start at my neighbor's yard down there and move it this way. But then the problem with that is that then I'd have a million cuts along the driveway here, and then it wouldn't look as good. So then the final thought was that I would actually run it coming to the driveway right here. And the way that that'll work is that I can move down this way, and then my cuts will only be down here by the flower beds and then down here at the driveway. So I'm going to experiment with that right here. The biggest thing I have going that's going to be a little bit hard is the fact that I've got curvature everywhere. I've got curvature in the sidewalk, I've got a curvature in the driveway, and then I've also got a curvature in all of the flower beds. So we're going to start up here because this will be a good place to go, and then we can kind of work our way across the front of the yard. The other thing I decided not to do is that I am not going to do a bunch of cuts immediately. I just think that's going to take a lot of time. It's going to cause me to be a lot more tired quicker. So I'm going to just try and get the majority of this stuff down and do some overlaps into the flower beds and into the driveway, and then I'll come through and cut everything down after that. The other thing too is I need to get this off the pallet because the longer it sits on the pallet, the more it's going to die, and we don't want it to die. So let's just get started. So if you put it in here like that, if you want, you can curl it a little bit and shove it as far as you can, And then even if it like feels like it's like kind of up like that, it's okay.
It's gonna shrink.
Because it's gonna shrink a little more. So then this one will go right in there, or however we had it. So you should curl them like this. Curl it this way, and then like that. And then just make sure you do the same thing on the side so that it's all nice and tight. Okay? And then you can kind of give it a little stomp. And then the thing is, go ahead and kick it over. They're sliding really easy. This one, you want to brick it, right? As long as the seams don't line up.
Okay.
That's the only thing. I'm just gonna house them there. Surprised we use this much of the pallet. After dark, but we got everything done. We just got to cut all these edges in, but at least we got all of the meat done. And yes, it is in the dark, and yes, all the sprinklers popped up miraculously, and the dog loves the sprinklers. And then I have an entire, not a whole pallet, but unfortunately I had to order that pallet in order to make sure that I had enough. So we used about, I'd say maybe a third. And then the rest of it, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll put it out on my land or see if one of the neighbors wants it. But yeah, it's all done. Now I just gotta make sure all the edges are clean. And in case you were wondering, yes, I'm basically holding my cell phone, so I apologize if it's really shaky. Maybe I'll get in the light, but I am filthy. My future son-in-law right there, hey. He's a machine. Yeah, I could not have done it without him. Him and my wife are amazing, and honestly it was a lot of work, but we've been working on this since 3 o'clock and we finished. So anyway, we'll talk in the morning. What's going on, folks? Well, as you guys saw, we finished up pretty late last night, and I'm not gonna lie, I am incredibly sore today. But today we are just going to have to suck it up because we still got work to do. We got to finish things up. Let me show you what we got going on. So the sod actually looks really, really nice. Pretty happy with everything, but we've got to trim off all of this stuff. I just made a decision last night that we need to get it down, and then we would come back and trim it off, including over there in my neighbor's yard. I do have a couple pieces that I'm not super happy with, which are like right in here. There's like 3 pieces right there. Then I'm going to swap out. One thing that we figured out last night was that this pallet actually had really good sod. This last little bit right in here is where that came from, and it looks really good. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna swap those out, and then I'm gonna get my trimmer, and I'm just gonna trim off all these edges. But I do have a couple spots like right there that needs to be filled in, but we'll use a lot of these scraps to fill all that stuff in, and then we will just move on. It is hot, but it looks like we may get a little bit of rain, and actually I hope it just freaking pours because we have a lot of work to do. So what am I gonna do with the rest of that sod? That last pallet is about, I'd guess about 300 square feet. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move it and put it on the other side of that fence because that gets direct sun for the most of the day. And then we will mix it with some fescue later, or I don't know what I'll do. But ultimately we just need to get it all down and done. And I'm gonna try and enjoy some of my Saturday, but at this point, I may just pass out later. We'll see. Anyway, stick around, let's get it done. Alright folks, well, we are finally at the end. We finished up putting the rest of the sod down in that back corner, which I can show you guys a little bit. It sat on the pallet for a little bit too long, so it doesn't look awesome, but we're gonna go ahead and try and make it work anyway. But Sunday, that was on Saturday. Today is Monday morning before work. It's early. It's actually nice and cool. But I was gonna do the fertilizer yesterday, but I was wasted. I was so freaking tired. There's no way I was gonna get it done. So I decided to wait until this morning. And so we're gonna do a little bit of RGS, which is the root growth stimulant. It's perfect for the sod, just as it is for seed. But we're gonna go ahead and put some of that down. And then we're also gonna put down the Green County Fertilizer Green Pop, which is really a great starter fertilizer because it's got a really good mix of everything. It's a 16-21-2, which gives it a nice good balance of a little bit of nitrogen and phosphorus and potassium, which will promote really good plant growth. And so we want to make sure that we get this down soon. I probably should have done it on, Saturday morning, but again, I was too tired to even think about it. So we're going to take care of that today. And we're putting this down at a rate of 15 ounces per thousand, and we're putting down the RGS at a rate of 3 ounces per thousand. We've got about 2,500 square feet, so I'll probably do it in 2 or 3 batches just to make sure that I get enough water on there. I held off on sprinkler this morning because this will get some of that water in there, and then I'll turn the sprinklers on right after that. So let's go ahead and get to this, and let's just be done with this project so that I can relax a little bit more. And actually, not relax, I got to get work done this morning. So anyway, let's get to it. Yeah, it's a little overkill. Alright folks, well, we are 100% done. I am done. Like, not just done, I'm done. So, of all the projects that I do in the lawn, this is by far and away one of my least favorite is doing sod. I've done it a few times before, and it's just not fun. It's just a lot of work, and it's backbreaking, and the fact that I had a knee replacement less than a year ago, and I can't really crouch down, and it kills my back and it kills my hammies, but we got it done. I had help from my wife, I had help from my future brother-in-law, had help from my actual brother-in-law on Saturday to help put down that little corner in the back. So we got it all done. And as you guys can see, I've got my Bermuda Brothers t-shirt on because, we're celebrating being back. It's an exciting time. I'm working really hard to make sure that this thing takes this time because we're not going back. And with Bermuda, you really can't go back. This is it. This is forever. So anyway, stay tuned. I probably won't put this video out for a week. I'll try and give you some progress photos throughout the week. But right now, it's been 3 days and it's pretty green. So we just got to fill in all of those gaps. We have it real tight. It doesn't look like it just because of the way that they cut it. And also, if you notice, the grass is like really tall. I think it's about 2.5, 3 inches, which is really tall for Bermuda, which also means that it's going to be a little bit of a struggle for me to get that high to cut down in time for my daughter's wedding. But I'm going to work on doing stuff that I can at least make it green and not worry so much about the high to cut because I've only got about 3 weeks and there's just no way that I could let everything grow in, lower the height of cut, have it all scalp down to brown, and it come back green in time. So we're probably just gonna leave it at this height. I'll probably get 1, maybe 2 mows in before the wedding, and then that'll be about it. But it'll be literally just to take the very top and to make it all even, and that's about all of the cutting that I'm gonna do between now and the beginning of September. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. I hope you like the progress of it, and stay tuned. We've got lots of work to do. We got lots of work to do in the back. If you could see, like right there's like that edge where the grass stops, and then I'm gonna put in fescue everywhere. I'm actually gonna overseed that Bermuda grass with fescue as well, so that if it doesn't take, at least I've got the fescue in there, and also it'll stay green for the winter months. And then as for the front, I'm debating between going back to perennial ryegrass just for the green for the winter, and maybe even doing some Kentucky bluegrass so that we have a bit of a Bermuda during the summer months. But I haven't made that decision yet, so I'm gonna think about it. I need to talk to a few folks, including the lawn tools. They had their own set of struggles with the Kentucky bluegrass and the heat, so I just want to talk to them and see what their opinion is. But other than that, this is where we are. Hope you guys enjoy this. If you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe if I've earned your subscription. And if you want to be notified of future videos, don't forget to hit that bell, and we'll see you on the next one. Have a great week, everybody.